Good morning, everybody. This is Michelle with Creative Operation and Country Craft Creations. And today I'm here. I want to share with you this notebook that I created. And I think if, everything goes well, I might end up doing this as kind of a thing because this was so much fun to make. And what I mean by that is that this is a themed journal project that I created, and I absolutely just fell in love with it. And I've been doing a lot of like journal kind of projects lately, and this one here is centered on using the Elizabeth Craft Designs Planner Essentials dies and the 49 and Market Vintage Artistry Countryside collection. I did get these a little while ago, and I finally had a chance to sit down and really play with them, and this was a fun project to do, and it was awesome. And I do have to say that I was pretty fortunate. My husband came home the other day, and he was super sweet. He said it was wifey needs a big shot day, and he went out and got me a brand new Big Shot die cutting machine, and I am so excited about it. I just absolutely love it. I had been talking about upgrading my Cuttlebug, and he he went ahead and did it for me, so it was amazing. And so I sat down this weekend, and as I was like, practicing with my Big Shot and everything, I got my essential dies out, my planner essential dies, and my 49 and Market that I all got through Country Craft Creations, and I created this. So I just wanted to share that with you. So I'm going to put this to the side for just a second. Again, I'm using 49 and Market, and this is a great collection. I did use the 12 by 12 paper pack in this notebook, and I basically used it all. And I want to say one piece of the 6 by 8 paper collection, and then I used die cuts and rub-ons and things that I bought with this collection to create the project I'm going to show you. So this is a great paper pack. It's really fun. It's very thick paper, and it worked really well for the project that I'm doing. So then let me show you this real quick. I did do a video on my haul here that I got some dies. I did get one more, and this is my newest one that I picked up. So these I bought through Country Craft Creations, and I went to town basically using all of these and creating some different things. So they're very versatile, they're very fun to use, and they worked really well. And I do have to share that I already had some in my collection, so I created this little book to kind of display them. So I'll just kind of go through real quick. I've got a lot of dies that I use for letters and things here in the pocket, but I got magnet sheets, and then I put the back page of the packaging behind the magnet sheet because it gives you some examples of things that you can do with it. So I kept that intact, but these are the ones that I had in my stash already. So I had a whole bunch. So what I did was I went through and used the ones I got from Country Craft Creations, and then I used the ones that I already had in my collection. And I'll just, quick flip through. But I had quite a bit that I already had going, but the ones I got, through Country Craft Creations were ones that I did not own. So this is kind of my collection of my planner dies and my numbers and alphabets that I have that I use when I do these kinds of projects. But again, these right here are from Country Craft Creations, and they're still available. So if you want to, go get some. They're great. And then I got the notebook, this beautiful notebook through Country Craft Creations, and I'm going to show you how I filled it up. So when you start off, I did go through my collection and grab a couple graphic 45 tags. I cut them down a little bit to fit in the pocket, but then I used the laser cut die cuts to decorate them, and I hope you can see how beautiful that is. But I just layered them on the front of the tag, left the back blank for journaling, tied some seam binding that I got through Country Craft Creations. Look how gorgeous this is. I loved this one. It looks like the lace, and it's beautiful. Tucked some flowers behind there, added the little bee. Just turned out really gorgeous. So I have that in here, and then I did do the index tab pages for every, for all of the different sizes, and added some details here. So literally some details. So this is from my collection. This was a die cut from the paper collection, but The dies cut beautifully. They just absolutely cut just perfectly. This is a pocket here that I created with one of the shapes. And then I added some of the ephemera pieces that I bought with the collection. Used some of my seam binding to tie through the tags. And this little banner was one of the die cuts. It's just really pretty. And look at this. I love this. Cut out, but just perfect. Here's a little photo page. One of the little die cuts. And this was a file folder. And it just turned out beautiful. I left that open so you could tuck something underneath it if you wanted to. And then in each section, I added a couple pieces of dot grid paper. So it literally is a journal. But you can journal on this. You could do pictures on here, all the things. I love this pocket page. So this is the newest one that I got where it cuts out like slip pockets. And this one has little index tabs on it. So I used that, and the paper wasn't big enough. So let me take these out. I'll show you all of the things that kind of tuck into it. So there was a slide in the die cut, some of the tags that I cut with the dies, and then a tag that came with the die, you know, the ephemera pieces. And then here is another little mini kind of index page that I used, and then I die cut this ticket. And then this is one that came with the paper collection. I love the theme of this. It's super cute. But you can see I cut this page, but the paper wasn't tall enough. So I just cut it off here and was able to use it as kind of a half page and use all of the ephemera pieces and tuck them in these pockets. And it worked out just perfectly. You can see how they tuck under there. So I'm really super tickled with that particular pocket. I love it. I love it. And then we tuck all our little goodies back in there. Here's a tag. This one was from my collection. I added one of the rub-ons to it, and it's just stunning. I loved how that worked. This is another little piece of a pocket. Let me see. That was one from my collection. No, it was not. It was one from this. From this one right here, and then I just punched the holes in it. Okay, another couple pieces of paper. Here's another. Look how pretty that paper is. I mean, I didn't really have to do anything to it. It's just beautiful. Here's another little piece that I die cut out and added some of the ephemera pieces to that little label sticker here. This page is really fun. This one was from my collection, but it makes this really pretty little page. This is from my collection as well, so there's a little date thing there. And then one of the tickets, or the stickers, not sticker, die cut. Good gravy, Michelle. From the paper collection. Here's another one of those pockets, but this one is a full page. And again, I filled it with these tags I cut from the dies, tag from the ephemera pieces, and then we have another little file folder piece. Isn't that pretty? One of the ephemera pieces that came with the collection, and then a couple more of those seed packets and the catalog here. So that's really cute. And I think I'm probably, well, it's a journal, so I am going to go back and I'm going to add to it and do all the things. But for now, I mean, it's just awesome. I had this is one of the dies that came with the Elizabeth Craft dies that I already had. And it's, again, one of those little slip pockets, and I just filled it with ephemera. Just really cute, and all the seam binding throughout. This is a really beautiful ticket page, or a tag page, and it was from my collection. But I was able to add to my collection of what I had, so I'm really excited to see all the new things that are going to come out. This is another pocket, layered some die cuts. So yeah, I'm really excited that that Elizabeth Craft dies and things are actually available at Country Craft Creations now, because it's really awesome. This is a die cut that I just made into a pocket behind here. Okay, more pages. I'll just flip through more journaling pages, and then there's plenty of room to add. Here's a ticket label here that I've added. There's the rub-ons here. Lost my words. I added to the page, and you know, they add seamlessly. Like this is a rub-on here too, and I added it over top of the die cut ticket. Look how pretty it is. I mean, little bee here, that's also a rub-on. So I just added those throughout. Little ticket page here and here. And then this is a page, I had this from my collection of my Elizabeth craft dies, and it makes this kind of torn edge here, but then I added the negative to the other side, and it just kind of created a pretty little border for the page, and I thought that was nice. Oh, and another one of the rub-ons. The rub-ons are amazing. They're just gorgeous. So this page I didn't really do anything to. This page I added one of those little slot pockets from my collection, and then I added some ephemera, and then this is one of the dies. So let's see, more journal pages. And then in the back, I had one of these traveler's notebooks that I had in my stash, and there's a back pocket in this folder that I decided to add this to. So I added a piece of the pattern paper, and this is the one that I used from the 6x8 pack, and I added this Busy as a Bee rub-on to the front. And then on the inside, every couple pages or so, I added rub-ons, and I'll just flip through real fast. I mean, they're absolutely gorgeous rub-ons. They're just beautiful. So here's another place to do some journaling or list keeping or whatever it is that I decide to do with this. And I really am loving how this turned out. Look at that. Just super cute. So, and then the last page, yeah, there's nothing in there. It's a beautiful scene. I mean, can you see how gorgeous that is? It's just gorgeous. So, and that just tucks in here, and I have this cute little notebook, and then I just think it's adorable. I love how this turned out. So again, this is the Elizabeth Craft Planner Essential Dies, and I tried to use as much of these as I could in this particular journal. But they come with all sorts of things. I mean, I hadn't even used yet, like hole reinforcements. I mean, seriously, it's just really cute. You can take these pages. Some of these pages I folded on themselves and then created a page, and then some of them I cut in half, so you end up with two different pages, and one has a built-in index tab. The hello here, I use that. The love this, use that. But yeah, and then yeah, the file folders here, and some of these I just cut in half, or if I had a smaller piece of paper, I just cut the part that I could and use that. Here's the little banner piece here. The file tabs, I used a lot of those. I created those out of the scraps, but I literally went through an entire 12 by 12 paper pack to make this, plus one more sheet for the notebook. So go to Country Craft Creations at countrycraftcreations.com. Grab some Elizabeth Craft design dies and your notebook here. Grab a paper collection that you love, and for me, it was the 49 and Market Vintage Artistry Countryside paper pack that I used. Go check it out, and I will see you back again soon with more tutorials and fun shares. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.